as we wrap up this KVK that has been absolutely bonkers. It's been so much fun. It's been great. I've got 2 accounts in the KVK. We're going to talk about what's next. Where am I going? What are we doing? I got multiple accounts I got to give updates on and how this is going to play out. So stick around while we go through it all. It's all about Chadski's migration plans. Or are there? Hey everybody, I'm your boy War Daddy Chadski, and I do videos for Rise of Kingdoms all the time. And if you enjoy these videos, throw a thumbs up on them. Give them a like, really helps out the video, really helps out the channel a ton, and we're growing the channel. I got to update my subscriber little artwork I've got here. I almost got 80,000 subscribers. You can hit that bell right there if you want to get updates when I put out content like this, and you can also subscribe. It does not cost you anything, guys. It's the beauty of it. You can like and subscribe, and it doesn't cost you anything. We're also in the middle of our video giveaways. I'm giving a $10 flux every single video. All you got to do to enter to win is comment on this video. I'll announce the winner for this video in the next video. And with that, in our previous video, I got to pull this out. Jimmy G, thank you for clarifying this. Chadski, somewhat confused about the topic. Okay, this is in reference to my video about the Wedge Pantheon and Herald series inscriptions. When you combine them, I'll have a card in the top. It talks about what the best things to do for the rally, and you can really save a lot of conversion stones if you'll go watch that and see. Also with the Chen March, what's the priority? What do you want to convert first when it comes to the Wedge 1.0 to the Wedge 2.0 inscriptions? Now that you can merge them together, we'll have that update this weekend. And so that's what that video is about. Thank you, Jimmy G. And if you want to win like Jimmy, comment on this video. I don't care what kind of comment it is. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. And this particular video, a little bit clickbaity. You guys saw the thumbnail. Chadski migration plans. Hey, yo, what? What's Chadski gonna do? This is the time of my rock season, if you will, when I finish a big KVK. And there's stuff going on all over the place. I'm hearing rumors about myself that I have no idea where they came from. Now, full disclosure, I have my second account over here in 2359, Busted Good Kingdom. They are loading up a massive migration. I'll talk about that later. I've got my main here in 606, okay? And so from there, you always get into these situations where there's turnover, okay? And you got to figure out as a kingdom what you want to do. Of course, 606 has been around for a long time. They've been cooking this thing for a long time. I've fought 4 KVKs here now. I've had a good time doing it. Very, very well run. Good leadership. And the territory side of things with Crix and Ivy and the crew doing territory has just been insane. We fought this KVK. Okay. We came into this KVK with 131 members. That's it. Like we were a Silver Imp KVK as we entered it, and then we reached Gold Imp KVK when we were doing our pre-KVK training. So it was definitely not on the level. 606 is definitely not on the level of 2359 and our boys 3308. These guys were our allies in this KVK. I know them very well. I fought against them. I now fought with them. Bunch of friends over there. And of course, I've got my other account in 2359. And so 606 is kind of at a crossroads trying to figure out, okay, what do we want to do here? We want to go full alliance, or do we want to continue to be a smaller alliance with less members but highly efficient accounts and do the punch up thing? They punched up in this KVK. That's what we did. We took it on the chin. We were getting throttled in the field a lot by 2359. We were formidable. We weren't easy to go fight, but at the same time, we just lacked the numbers, and that's what it was. So with 606 and what they want to do, there's going to be some accounts that migrate out. There's going to be some accounts that go to the nth degree to try to find different kingdoms and different things. People migrate out, people migrate in. That's the way it is. And after the performance 606 put in, they are getting an influx of applications with their migration. And everybody started asking me, Chadski, are you going? Are you staying? Chadski, are you staying? I'm here in 606 with you. If you're staying, I want to stay too. If you're going, I'm going to go. And so these things start creeping up everywhere. Well, we just put out a kingdom announcement, and I confirmed with Akina and the crew, and I said, hey, listen, I talked to Peace. I talked to some friends I've got, obviously, in 606. It's a big deal for me to play in 606, but I also have to consider the content creation side of things, okay? And so from that standpoint, I've always been lucky because I've had 2 accounts I can fight in KVKs. Well, with my other account in 2359, and it's a busted good account. It's got 32 billion kill points. It cooks. And so we'll get into that account later when we talk about 2359, but I've always got to consider what's going to be best for the content creation, right? And so from my perspective, in doing this, I have fought with this account in the highest level KVKs you can fight, okay? I ran it down. I had 300 million power when I got into this KVK. How many deads do I have? It's like 240 million power in deads. So I'm going to run it down. I don't care where I am. I'm going to run it down. Well, then I've got friends like Peace, right? And she's like, Chadski, you got to think about this a little bit. Slow down. All right. Now you got a restart account in 4028. Let's think about what you want to do with the account and where to go and what to do. Of course, all my friends are good to drop in and kind of talk through that. And I've got options everywhere, obviously, with both accounts. But for my main account, I'm going to stay in 606 for another KVK. There it is. That's the announcement. That's what I'm going to do. I think they're going to continue to play at a high level, but they're going to be in a situation where they have less mains in the Alliance, in the Kingdom, and they're going to be in that lower Silver Imp level or high AC level and punch up. We love doing that. I love doing that. We did it this KVK. It was great. And so from that standpoint, that's what they're going to do here in 606. I've got a Kraken friend that's coming back to 606. I got another Kraken friend that I've met in 4028 that's coming to 606. So we have a lot of pieces to come and play. And if we have big players moving out, which we do, I've got friends moving out, we're going to be able to replace those and do that. So I'll have a link for the 606 migration Discord in the server. I'll also have a link for the 2359 migration in the description as well. Okay. And so from there, you guys can take a look at different things and what you want to do. But my main account, guys, I'm going to run it. You know me. I'm going to get a whole bunch of troops back, and then I'm going to train. I'm not kidding. I'm exclusively going to train calves because I spend so many troops with cavalry. I swarm everything. I stuff garrisons that I'm garrisoning in. And I just love to absolutely kill the calves. Of course, I love to kill archers. I would love to kill more of them. But from that standpoint, you guys know me in the fighting. And for the content side of things on the main account, it'll be interesting to see what kind of KVK comes with 606. If 606 is not going to go full all in on Gold Imperium and get to that level of 3308 and 2359 and 2489 and 1093, then what level is it at? Is it at a 365 level? Is it at 1981 level? Is that a 1718 level? We have to wait and see. 1316, you got multiple kingdoms that are kind of in that other tier of Silver Imp and Low Gold Imp and High A Seed, and that's where we're going to stay in 606, okay? With that being said, now let's talk about my second account, the Rise of Chadski account. What have we been doing with that thing? Hold on. Okay, so let's look here at my Rise of Chadski account. It's cooking here. I've got plenty of deads on it. And of course, this was an account that I did not log into for KVK, but it did some work in KVK, as you can see, but I'm back on it. Okay, and now that I'm back on it, I'm in 2359. I'm back with my broskies over here. I've been fighting these dudes for ever in this KVK. It's been a bloody fight. Of course, you've got Q who runs this thing. We've talked about this kingdom a lot. They brought in a bunch of really good players over the last few KVKs. You're going to see some players in here like Vince Camelot's been here. Staffer was actually the guy that's a good friend of mine who actually got me over here for a couple of KVKs ago. And then you got Bad Queen, you got Mars, you got Minnie, you got all these 2377 that were old leadership there that are here. You've also got the 486 guys with Makote and some of these dudes that have come over here, and Abu, and they're recruiting like crazy. Bluma dropped a ton of power. Holy geez. And so with that being said, there is massive upside to 2359. Okay, they have a ton of troops. They're going to get a ton of power back, and their migration is going off the charts. So it was asked, Chadski, what are you doing with your second account? Are you going to some other kingdoms that you got friends in? Are you going to some other kingdoms you got 300 members in? Are you going to other kingdoms that you fought with? And with 3308, right? Love these guys. Got to ally with them from my 606 main account, as we talked about, and Hera and all those, Tyler and all those guys, and even Wild Lion and Velociraptor. They're like, Chadski, come on. bring an account over here. And so with that, what do I do with this account? So we got all the different options with it. And now that I'm back on the 2359 account, I'm going to go fight another KVK with my boys in 2359. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, I missed these guys. I kept the account here. We did it right. We did everything we were supposed to do with the account. They took care of the account exceptionally well. These are my guys here. I love these dudes. And so with that being said, we are going to cook here. The migration is going to be big. I had mentioned that 606 is going to be more in the lower silver imp and high A seed level, and they like to punch up in some of these. Well, 2359, get ready, y'all, because their migration is out of control. I already know who's coming over here, and it's going to be wild. If you want to join this kingdom, I'll put that Kingdom Migration Discord server link in the description, and you can talk to Q, you can talk to Pally, you can talk to all these dudes that run this thing, and definitely get an idea of what they're going to be doing. Do they even have, I don't know, recruitment, Pally and Q? Yeah, Fat Cat King and Enforcer. There you go. That's who you contact. And we'll make sure and have that link down in the description. But these guys are going to the next level. 2359 is going to be top 3 or 4 kingdoms in the game with their power and their capabilities and what they want to do. They've built it up slowly. They've added great pieces. They're going to have a lot of big time players coming in here after this KVK, and they're setting up to go max skip this thing and do a massive KVK, maybe with 2489, maybe with 1093. We'll see. I have no idea, but that's what I'm going to guess is going to happen, because guess what? Our boys over here in 3308 are going to do the same thing. They got a good migration coming in. Of course, they've got the massive players that they've got. Where's the coalition? Let me see here. Oh, this is the farm coalition. Where's our TC guys? Let me see. Where are they at? Oh, hold on. Got to do this, got to look. And LK, 20 billion power they still got. And that's with players like Hope and Lion dropping so much power in this KVK to get the win. Tyler's running this thing. Of course, you got Putin running this thing. You got Mr. Hope up here that's holding R4. You've got Hera. You got all the guys that are doing this thing over here. And these guys are cooking, man. And they gave me an invite. We're like, Chadski, you and peace on those Cav garrisons, come on. And we were like, man, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. So my main will stay in 606, and my second account will stay in 2359. I'm going to go fight a big KVK with them, and that big KVK is probably going to include 3308. So who knows? Maybe I get to ally with them again, or maybe I have to fight them again. Holy geez. So we're going to figure that out. But these kingdoms are cooking, man. 3308 and 2359, they are going to reload. They're going to have massive migrations. And if you're interested in that, in the 2359 migration, again, that link is down in the description. And they're getting ready to go fight a big Imperium level gold Imperium KVK, and that's what they're going to do. So from there, it's like, hey, Chadski, you got 2 accounts now. I got to consider that for my content creation. Okay, I can fight 2 different KVKs if we're going to be in different KVKs with my main and my Rise of Chadski account. And from there, I've also got the restart. Let's go check in on that thing. Okay, now we're on the restart account. Of course, you can see I am powering up a little bit. This is pre-KVK 1. Hey, yo, pre-KVK starts when? Oh my gosh, on the 26th, that's this weekend. So I got content for KVK 1. What am I doing, holding King? Letty gave me King back? No, I don't want to hold King, but this is the Huns. This is 4028. We are having a blast with this. We are having so much fun. Of course, you guys know the guys that are running this. Of course, you see familiar names, Stafford. There you go. I mentioned Letty. There's Greenie and Solar and Lucifer, Shanks, Goober, Crone. They're helping out. There's Rizabeth with incoming. These guys with Valve. Valve is our Kraken that's hanging out with us. He came over here. He's back in the game. You got Odin. Where's Odin's account? You got, there's Billick. Billick's been cooking on the restart. You guys have seen him. And then you've got Basiphus. You got all these dudes. And we're going to cook the content in KVK 1. So this is a kingdom that we're building. And we're going to go fight 4025, 4026, and possibly 4027. Are we going to go with a 1v3? We might just have to. So you're gonna give you the content there from the KVK 1 side, okay? I'm cooking my marches. Sun Tzu for the win. Look at my gear I've already got on Sun Tzu. Cooking it. Let's go. I'm gonna run the infantry garrisons. I got the city skin from Zenith. I'm gonna run some cav rallies. I'm even working on archers. What do you know? And so from that standpoint, I want to give you guys as much content as possible. So I got the early game stuff with K1 on my 4028 account. I've got a massive KVK coming in 2359. I will be staying there with my second account for at least one more KVK. And then I've got my main in 606. 606 will turn some people over. They'll get a good migration, and they're going to go fight at their level in a KVK. And if they get into a big KVK, they're going to be punching up. And I'm going to stay there for at least one more KVK with my main. So I guess the moral of the story, I'm not going anywhere. Okay, I'm such a loyal guy. I stick to what works. And plus I got friends everywhere, guys. All my friends are over here in 4028 with me in the Huns Alliance. I've got all the friends over here as we divided up in the TB Alliance. Why do we have the same color? It drives me crazy. But here's our TB Alliance, of course. You've got Peace over there, and Trauma's over there. Mina's over there. Yoda is my guy. You've got Clyde, you got Barry, and all these KS guys that hung out with us. And there's Burkanda. Of course, he's an Indonesian guy that does TikToks and stuff like that. He live streams, and we're going to go cook this KVK. And 606, same thing. I've been there 4 KVKs now. I got a lot of old friends from 2605 there. And then with my second account, obviously, I am in 2359. I've made super friends there. I'm playing with people I've never gotten a chance to play with, like Mars and like Queen and Minnie and now Makote. And I'm excited to get back on that account, go fight a massive KVK with my buddies there. They're getting a crazy migration. So there's the updates kind of on all 3 of the accounts. Where I'm going nowhere. Main's in 606, second account's in 2359, and the restarts in 4028. I'm going to try to give you as much content as I can. This is going to be the summer of Chadski, y'all. So get after it. Let's do a ton of content. Let's do a ton of KVK fighting, and I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you would, be so kind, throw a like on the video, and get down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Where should I go? Even though I've decided I'm staying, maybe I should go somewhere else. You never know. Hey, yo, but put any kind of comments you want. You get entered to win that $10 flux that our boy Jimmy G won from last video. So, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And y'all have a great day, broskies.